Good morning. Good morning. Sorry there if the video. Good morning. Good afternoon. What's going on? It's definitely good afternoon for me. It's good morning for you,
Yeah,
Steve.
it's 11 a.m.
It's 11 a.m. for you. It's
Yeah.
4 p.m. for me. Apologies if the video kept dipping in and out there. I don't know what happened. I don't. Did it keep dipping out for you, Steve?
No, on the streamer, no.
Right, my end, it just kept dipping out, and I wasn't sure if it was still going. But hey, anyway, we are here just for a 1 hour transfer show. Steve, this feels very different this summer. It feels like lots of things are happening before the transfer window is even open. Big names as well moving. Lots of money is about to exchange hands. Lots of free transfers. It's all a bit crazy in the world of football at the moment, right?
Yeah, it always is, and I think this is just a consequence of having the Qatar World Cup. Because basically, what would happen on a normal in a normal season is the Champions League final would have basically been a month behind, right? So this it basically, because of that month that we had the World Cup, we had basically basically it took up a month that wouldn't be there, obviously, if it didn't happen. That's what I think, at least, right? Because the Champions League final is what, this Saturday, and Saturday is the 10th. It's usually, the Champions League final is usually May of the second weekend in May. So I think that's what it is. So more action is being stuffed into a smaller time frame. I think that's why everything seems so madness.
Yeah, it just seems crazy. I mean, bearing in mind the transfer window doesn't actually open until the 15th, which is next Thursday, I believe. So it's open in 8 days. But look, we I don't want to go over this. I've been over this the last few days, but we've had people like Alexis McAllister joining Liverpool for 35 million.
Bargain.
I mean, in this day and age of football transfers, 35 million seems to be a wonderful, a wonderful signing, right?
Hell yeah. I mean, this guy is a pure footballer, and he'll also put in the hard yards. He'll take less of a role, like we saw with Argentina. He'll take less of a role and just put in the hard yards and be a part of a team. But he can also step up. It's kind of like what Benzema does, right? It's kind of what Benzema does, because when Ronaldo was at Real Madrid, he took a back seat and was the provider more of for Ronaldo, even though Ronaldo actually had loads of assists for Real Madrid too. But you know what I'm saying? It's very, very valuable to find a team player like that in today's market. 35 M's is some outstanding value. Outstanding.
It's absolutely brilliant, especially for the fact that they've definitely needed this midfield rebuild for a while. Look,
goals from midfield, huge problem for them.
Goals. Wasn't he their top goal scorer with 12 goals this season, Alexis McAllister?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean that's
they get contributions from everyone though.
They do. They do. Good. You think they normally get their main output from Salah, but then when you look at, let's see, next season, if you're going to chuck in Gakpo's goals, with Diaz's goals, with Yotta's goals, with Nunes goals, McAllister goals, they've got goals, right? I'll stop saying the word goals, but they've definitely got goals everywhere. Yeah. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of the signings. By the way, first and foremost, big up to everyone in the chat. Hope everyone is well. Please hit the like button on your way in, and also hit the like button on your way out as well. Only 18 likes so far. Let's smash that up. Equally, there are sorry, I'm going mad today. Equally, we are only 300 subs away from the 6,000 mark, so please smash that subscribe button. The first one I want you to talk about, Steve, just while I reply to this message for someone, is this. I want to talk about this. It has to start here. We've got to. Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid for 103 million. He's been sought after. Lots of people thought City might go for him. Lots of people thought Liverpool would, but they couldn't afford him. Real Madrid have flexed their big boy muscles, and here we are, one of the hottest properties in world football. He's going to Madrid. How good a signing is this?
I think it's fantastic, man. And I think for all the people saying he's overhyped, well, here's the thing. Look at his age, right? He is not going to be the complete package at that age. So he's only, in theory, only going to get better. I know things don't work out like that all the time, but this kid's trajectory is sensational. And I watch Borussia Dortmund week in, week out, and I can confirm that, yeah, there is real talent there. I like the fact he steps up for Dortmund, both ends of the pitch, box to box. And even with England, he thrives, which not everyone does. I mean, this kid is something else. This kid is really something else. And you know what? This route from Germany that these young English players and Americans have also been doing it too, with varying degrees of success. Go there, get your player, get if you're a young player, get yourself out to the Bundesliga, because they will give you a chance, an opportunity to showcase your talent. They will. And that's the whole lesson I learned. If Bellingham was at Man City, would he get this chance? It's possible, because we've seen the likes of Phil Foden and whatnot. But at Borussia Dortmund, he was allowed to be the starter there at 16, 17, and he was allowed time to thrive there. And it was just it's the perfect situation for him. But yeah, man, this guy's trajectory is unbelievable, and I don't usually hype up English players like that. I mean, I don't care, because it's a passport. I don't really care where you're from, but
oh mate, I don't care. I like to see English players actually going abroad. I like it
too. I think that's why you guys.
For years we've talked about, oh my God, no, foreigners struggle to come to the Premier League. I don't think it's that way around. I think it's the other way around. I think English players notoriously have struggled when they've gone abroad. But hey, I think it's a great signing. Listen, people, again, it's that patience word. Real Madrid have got 4 or 5 top players in there in that midfield. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Cruz, Modric, Valverde. Yeah. They've got some good players. It's going to be, for me, I think they might move Valverde to a different position. I think they might, just to get everybody in. But I think you're going to see. I think we're going to see a real swing in that Real Madrid over the next couple of years, where they're going to change a few bits. But you look, Bellingham is young, Valverde's a good age, Tchouaméni's young, Camavinga's young, Rodrigo's young. Obviously, Vinicius Junior's young. Yeah, I think it's a great move, and he's joining some esteemed colleagues there, isn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He'll be learning from the best, and Real Madrid again, just showing once again how to transition from one era to another without much struggle. And I mean, they're hitting on these transfers, man. They're doing their thing. So yeah, it should be brilliant for Real Madrid. He's still got stuff to learn. He's not the perfect player, but no one ever is at 19 or 20. And if you are, that's a problem, because you don't want to peak at that age. You want to get better and better. So for me, yeah, man, it's sensational. And again, it's good to see an English player not feel like they have to go to the Premier League. Like you said, Savva, I wish more English players would broaden their horizons a bit and get out.
I do.
There's wonderful football. There's wonderful football clubs and wonderful leagues to go to outside of the Premier League. It's not.
I think that's the thing. When we see big up to Lee, I said Bellingham to Madrid is confirmed. Shane would have liked to have seen him in the Premier League. Yeah, listen, I'm sure we will see him in the Premier League at some stage. Yeah. The kid's 19. Yeah. But as always, when Madrid come calling, you don't say no. No one you don't say no to Real Madrid.
Unless you're Andres Villas-Boas, who apparently rejected Real Madrid to manage them for Spurs in 2012. That's a Daily Mail article, but it's still funny.
Oh, man, it is what it is. I think, I've seen this a few times today. People actually saying Spurs need to be the Dortmund of the Premier League. We'll get to that later. Yeah. But listen, I just think Borussia Dortmund, Jude Bellingham from Borussia Dortmund. Yeah. I think great business for them. They're going to go and spend it well. They do. They go and find 6 or 7 players that are 15, 20 million. And then in 2 or 3 years, we'll be talking about which one is now moving on, which 2 or 3 are now moving on to big things. And again, it's that food chain, isn't it, Steve? We talk about the food chain in the Premier League. Yeah. The food chain in Germany is, I'm not knocking Dortmund, they're a big club, but their noisy neighbours are a little bit bigger. And
they're number 2.
Yeah, they're number 2 and always will be. Absolutely. Look, Jude Bellingham, I wish him the best of luck. Young English player, I think has cemented his place in the England team for the next however many years. I think he's a very good central midfielder. Obviously got a lot to learn. He's 19, but it bodes well for him. Somebody here said, Leon has said, 19 years old, 132 appearances for Dortmund, 24 goals, 25 assists, 24 caps for England. He is 19. Yeah. When you put it like that, it is scary that this boy's trajectory, 132 games in the Bundesliga by the age of 19 for a foreign player is, albeit an English player, is madness.
It's impressive. It's impressive also on the off-the-pitch aspect. He probably had to learn German. He had to settle into a completely different culture. The way they live life in Germany isn't the same as England, obviously. So, and you know what? That's also why I think this move is something, because he's already shown he can go from Birmingham to Dortmund, not just in a footballing sense and level up. It's the fact that, clearly – he was doing something right in England. I haven't heard reports about him being like, I don't like living here. Ndicka as well. He's on loan at Palmeiras right now. Needs more game time for me, but he's, again, another one. He's 16, so. But it's cool to see, bro. It's cool to see.
It absolutely is. I mean, look, he's dominating all of the people that give you the good news, the big news.
Yeah.
Here we go straight away. Let me bring this up, actually.
Leo.
So just as that has been announced by Fabrizio Romano, so has this been announced by Fabrizio Romano. So as you can see here, hopefully you can see that Borussia Dortmund are advancing on Edson Alvarez deal. Negotiations will continue this week with Ajax. Talks will follow as Bellingham saga is finally over and Dortmund want Edson as new midfielder. Now, the reason I bring that up, if we look at that, Steve, there's such a thing in football, and this is what I always say about Spurs. It's about that plan, that succession plan. Dortmund have known they're going to lose Bellingham this has been rumbling for a month now, hasn't it? The whole, he's going to Madrid. Yeah. And already in the background, they've got their next guy to replace him lined up. That is how you run a football club.
Yeah, it's called a succession. But and look, I don't even think he's going to be the direct replacement. Edson Alvarez and Bellingham are not the same profile midfield. They've got different strengths and weaknesses. I like Alvarez, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be that exact replacement. What I think we'll see it. We'll see his actual replacement, I think, later on. But you're right in terms of just stuff in the midfield with some more quality. You know what I'm saying? So, but. Yeah, for me, Edson Alvarez, I like what I see at Ajax for the most part. Some of the mistakes in this game, I think, need a lot of working on. But from a defensive aspect, he's sound, and that could always help with Dortmund because I feel like they're always conceding goals no matter what. So I think that defensive presence will be helpful. He's decent technically, but not outstanding. But yeah, decent player, man. And again, Dortmund. Buying Alvarez, that should be a good signing.
But, absolutely. Let's move on from Dortmund and Jude Bellingham. Lots of talk now. People saying Messi into Miami. Now, listen, I'm not an expert. My understanding of this situation, and I could be completely wrong. I'm happy for you to tell me, slap me around the face, and tell me I'm wrong. My understanding is this. My understanding is that Inter Miami are linked with Barcelona and that he will sign for Inter Miami, then be loaned back to Barcelona, therefore negating the need for them to be able to register him as one of their own players with set wages. Am I anywhere along the right lines from your understanding?
I haven't heard that, but to be fair, that is one way to do it. To be fair. I don't know if FIFA would be like, bro, that's kind of sketchy because you're messing with something. But to be fair,
it's what Watford have been doing. I know it's a completely different scale, but it's the same thing. It's what Watford have been doing with the Pozzo family for how long?
Udinese, Watford, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
The guys like that, yeah.
Exactly.
Just the Kong, also the Nigerian center backs played for both of them. I'm trying to think. That probably might work. I wouldn't be surprised though if he stays for a year at Barca and then comes back. Like I'm assuming Inter Miami, they're not just gonna do Barca a favor for no reason. Surely he's also gonna play for Inter Miami as well.
I think it's gonna be sign on a 4-year deal, go to Barcelona for 2 years, then end your last 2 years into Miami with
Probably.
maybe a couple of youngsters out of the youth team going over to Inter Miami. I
Hey,
don't know, but
that's exactly that. If you're Inter Miami, that's getting the most out of it, right? That would be interesting.
See to the fourth. No one said they weren't different profiles. No one said they're not different profiles. But the point is when they move players out, they bring new players in.
Yeah, immediately.
Dortmund have a history of doing this. If you remember last year when they let Erling Haaland go, the next day they made us. Yeah, exactly. They don't mess about. I mean, people want to get so pernickety. I never said Bellingham and Edson Alvarez were the exact same player.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate, this YouTube world is tough. Anything you say, people want to find a hole in it. I had someone message me today and said, "Oh, you've left a full stop off one of your videos." I was like, "Oh, really? That's what you want to message me to say?" Come on, see to the fourth. I didn't say that. So it is what it is. And anyone who knows Dortmund's history knows that they do this. I want to see, I'll be honest, I don't want to see Messi go to Saudi Arabia. Is it Saudi Arabia or Qatar where he's being offered? Saudi. I don't want to see him go there. For me, he is too good and still has so much to offer. I don't want to see him in Saudi Arabia. I would love any way that gets him back to Barcelona. And I think for him, he deserves that for everything he did for them and for everything he's done for football. Do you care where he goes?
Nah, not really. He can do what he likes, man. And if I want to see him go here, if I want to see, bro, I want to see him play for Montreal, man. My MLS team, you know. But if it don't happen, it don't happen. You know, I'd love him at Newcastle, right? I'd love to see him at Newcastle. Why not? But like, I want him to do whatever he feels is the right thing to do for him. And that goes for every footballer. Go where you want to go, man. Don't look at this. Just do what is best for you and your family and whatever. Yeah. For me, there are benefits of going to Saudi Arabia and there are benefits of going to Barca and there are benefits of Miami. Whatever works for Messi is cool with me. It don't really bother me. The only thing I
just want to see him in Europe. I'll be honest. I want to be able to put on normal TV channels and watch Lionel Messi play football rather than clips from Saudi. If I'm being brutally honest, because
that's fair. That's fair.
I enjoy watching Messi play. I could watch him play all day long. As opposed to like Ronaldo going to where he's gone. I don't really care for watching Ronaldo play. I like his goals, but other than that, I don't enjoy watching him as a footballer. I know that sounds awful, but
no, but you're right, because like at Manchester United, you wanted to watch Ronaldo play football because the stuff he would do, like individually dribble, he's evolved though. He's changed his role. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to know? Sorry, Steve, I've got to do this. This is what makes me laugh. You know when you think like you've just heard awful opinions, and then you read an opinion and you go, "Oh, this can't be real. This has got to be a troll." Look at this, right?
Oh no!
So not this. Yeah, this as well. This is a terrible take. We'll come to this in a minute. Messi can bug off. He is finished. Right, hang on. He is finished. And Messi and Barca era is over. He prances around and makes everyone do his dirty work. Now, Spurred, this is how I know you're a troll. You troll me on all the other stuff, right? Let's be brutally honest, right? This is how, I'm sorry, there are opinions and then there are children. Lionel Messi just single-handedly won the World Cup for Argentina. How is anyone watching that World Cup that was 6 months ago and saying he is finished? Steve, my mind is honestly, the internet is going to bring me down to a level where I feel like I never went to school or college or never got any degrees.
But your eyes need to be checked.
Oh my God. I just don't know.
What I'll say about this comment is there is a little bit of truth in this. There's a little bit of truth. I agree. I think Barcelona should be moving on, right? Just like how they should be moving as a club. They need to look towards the future and not the past. So that's why for me at Barca, like he can do whatever he wants. But if you're going to ask my opinion on it, even if he goes to Saudi Arabia, to be fair, that's a lot of and then also same thing for Inter Miami. If I go, I'd love to see Messi play in person. I've been watching him for years and years and years, just like people in Saudi Arabia have for years and years and years. I get to see him in the flesh. So again, there was the benefits, drawbacks of everything, in my opinion. But yeah, man, for me, at Paris Saint-Germain, he was good.
I love it. This troll.
He wasn't a disgrace. He was not a disgrace.
Wasn't he player of the tournament?
Yeah, and also I think people forget that he's 35 years old.
I just don't get
He's
it.
35. So okay,
Oh
yeah.
my God. It's
I don't
unbelievable.
know, man.
I'd love this troll to come on. Do you know what? I'd love this troll to come on and join us. Please come and join us.
Everybody's always Savva. There's always a nice excuse for people not wanting. No. I can't join. My grandmother's father's relative's son is in the room with me, and he's doing.
Do you know what? I would love it.
Please just come on the show and talk. I don't mind a good debate.
Leon, I know you were, but Spurs, yeah, this guy is just a ridiculous guy. Yeah. Chevs, listen, I love it, mate. Listen, when you say I'm a target for trolls, listen, my shows are growing, my following is growing.
You're doing fine.
People enjoy the debates. We all have fun. There's no need for the seriousness, my friend. Relax. Pac-Man, how you doing, dude? Yeah, Grizz will come for me. Listen, I'm not going to hear it from anyone. That Argentina team without Lionel Messi doesn't win jack. I don't care. They got some good players.
Yeah.
They work hard as a team, but I mean that tournament, Lionel Messi literally looked at the world and went, "Hang on, everyone's been doubting me. All right, come on, Lionel, you've got 7 games," and he single-handedly at the age of 35 won the World Cup. I've not seen anyone else do what he did at that age for a country ever. If anyone wants to put a name in, I've not seen it at that age.
Maybe. Oh, at that age, because I was going to say Maradona, maybe 86.
Oh, yeah,
but he wasn't 35.
35.
He wasn't 35,
yeah. You know, 35. Who's 35 that we can look at the moment? Like 35 in the
Zlatan just retired, so nope.
No,
that's also Sweden. You know what I'm saying?
Anyone do it? I'm not seeing anyone do it. Larfa Matic, big up, has said Kane is doing an off-ski to Madrid, wants to finish his career with trophies. Madrid going to test Levy's resolve. Well, earlier in the comments, we'll come back to this. Earlier in the comments, I think it was Adam said Madrid won't go above 70. Now,
what?
I really don't want to get into a whole Harry Kane debate, but 70? I mean, we're talking about Harry Kane here.
They need a striker. They will pay whatever.
This is one of the only strikers in world football that guarantees you 30 to 40 goals a season. Yeah. 70 million. Wow. I honestly, the internet's a weird and wonderful place. We won't go into the Harry Kane bit. Big up to Opal Stanius. I like that. I said, Savva, the internet is not a real place. Unfortunately,
it's the Twilight. It's the Twilight Zone sometimes.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Or a Doctor Who episode, just La La Land with Daleks.
Big up, proud to be a Geordie. He's always talking about this Walker Championship thing. Yeah. Spurs has come back and said, it's Lionel Messi, so I'm obviously going to put him on a pedestal, but he doesn't run.
Yes.
He won them the World Cup. Why does he need to run? What planet are you living on? He's just won the World Cup for his country. Do you think there's a single Argentinian fan out there going,
gee, I wish he ran a bit more?
He didn't run.
This 35-year-old, he's hella lazy, man. He's so lazy, but, you know, he did kind of win us the World Cup, so I guess that's cool.
I mean,
he didn't run enough, though, Savva. He didn't run enough.
Oh, it's
if you put Mason Mount in that Argentina team, things are different, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm not saying other players didn't play a role, but for me, in all the big games when they needed big moments, Messi's the one that created, scored.
Yeah.
He got the game by the scruff of the neck and almost played as a central midfielder that dictated. Listen, I'm not knocking Alvarez was brilliant. But let's be fair. You take Lionel Messi out of that Argentina team. That team wasn't even getting out.
If you replace him with Dybala, they might make it to the final. But you know what I'm saying? And Dybala's brilliant too. But we're talking Messi. We're talking Messi.
It is funny, man. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, big up my man Staffy. Big up. Hope you're well, dude.
Old. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about from a tournament perspective, Staffy,
Right.
in terms of,
Someone said Roger Miller. Roger Miller.
Roger Miller. I mean, yeah, Roger Miller was a top player in a Cameroonian team, but in terms of, I'm talking about who dragged their country to a World Cup. To two World Cup finals, by the way.
Right.
We've got to remember that Lionel Messi's been in two World Cup finals.
Yeah.
Both times he's one player of the
2014.
tournament.
Yeah.
The disrespect is unbelievable. Dude, listen, yeah, it's all about opinions. And lots of the people, have you noticed when I read out their comments, I talk about their comments, but when you put in a comment, you honestly, my friend, I say it's Wednesday, you find a way to tell me it's Thursday, right?
I literally disagreed with Savva about the whole Saudi Arabia thing. Like, I would say, oh, well, wouldn't it be cool if the Saudi people could see him play or America? But the thing is that I didn't say it in a way where it's like, oh, this is vague reality. You know what I'm saying? It's just...
mate, listen, it just beggar beliefs. At the end of the day, if anyone's looked at that World Cup and found a negative about Lionel Messi, it beggars belief. No wonder he chats so much shit when he talks about Tottenham, this guy. It is unbelievable. And Savva, do you see me as a troll or a person who loves to debate? A person who loves to debate. At first, you did goad at me, and I did think you're a bit of a troll. But as I've got to know you, I think that you do come in with some sensible conversation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Spurred guy doesn't. Philly, 70 isn't fair. I mean, no, I wouldn't accept 70 million. No, come on. This is one of the greatest goal scorers on the planet. They paid 120 million or 130 million for Eden Hazard in the last year of his contract.
They just paid 100 million for Jude Bellingham. There you go.
It's unbelievable.
Real Madrid will pay the price.
They weren't calling him a disgrace.
What pundit? Name the pundit in the chat. Name the pundit in the chat right here, right now.
If you actually watched what the pundits were saying, they were saying that if you actually watch Lionel Messi, when he's not running, he's actually scanning the entire pitch so that he knows what his next move is when he gets the ball. If you think a 35-year-old who is the talisman of the country is going to be running around like a madman,
like Mason Mount,
your understanding of football is embarrassing. I don't honestly, man. Honestly, absolutely, Staffy. Steve carrying the 724-hour show. Excuse me. I managed all 24 hours. This guy fell asleep with 4 hours to go. Are you kidding me? He fell asleep with 4 hours to go, Staffy. You kidding me? I listen.
I did my part in that. I wasn't no Messi in the Argentina World Cup. I was like, I would, I mentioned if you put Dybala in for Messi, that would be it. Because Dybala isn't at that level of Messi. He's good, but I don't know if he could bring him all the way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it is what it is. But yeah, for me, again, with Messi, I think at who knows what's going to happen with this Inter Miami thingy. Maybe he gets loaned back to Barca. Maybe he loans here. But I just want to see the guy play at Inter Miami, and I'm wondering how that will impact how football or soccer in this country is viewed here. If it can really be another catalyst, just like when Pele went to New York Cosmos, Beckham was gigantic for growing soccer in this country. You know what I'm saying? So that for me is going to be the real, like, the eyeballs and what it can do for the sport in this country. Because we have a World Cup coming up, obviously, in 4 years, and then a Copa America in 2 years. So that'll be huge. And the other thing is why I think he will definitely play for Inter Miami. Maybe the loan thing you said is correct. Adidas sponsors Major League Soccer. Adidas sponsors Major League Soccer. Messi is an Adidas athlete. So for me, that's that right there is an easy connection.
It's all very funny though. I mean, listen, I with some players I get the debate, but when we're talking about possibly the greatest footballer that's ever played the game, that has just won the World Cup and winning the player of the tournament, and you've got people going, but he didn't run. Steve, you know that he didn't run. It cost them the tournament. Do you remember? Oh, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. They won it.
Conor Gallagher should have been playing because he would have put in the work, man.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
long staff.
Yeah. Absolutely. Terrible. Absolutely. It is funny.
Disgrace to the sport, honestly, man. It's literally when you see 35-year-olds not hustling, it's a disgrace, especially when they win a World Cup. Complete disgrace.
Yeah, listen, Manchu, when you said Maradona winning that World Cup for me and Pele winning it while having to use inferior rooms, toilets because of racism, I'm not going to go down the racism route. I'm not touching that. What I would say is though that Maradona was a lot younger when he won it for what was probably a very similar squad to what Messi just won it with. And Pele, whilst being a genius, played in some of the best teams the world has ever seen. Yeah. So for me, I don't think he ever single-handedly dragged anyone to it. He was playing with players like Socrates and Garrincha. Yeah, he was playing with some of the world's greatest. But listen, all of them are absolute legends of the game. They are legends of the game. Them three for me are right up there. Maradona, Pele, Messi. Three.
Spurred, you're killing me, man.
Oh
boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Goodbye, Spurs.
He didn't fit at Paris Saint-Germain. That's fine. What does this have to do, bro? Again, do we not realize this guy is 35 years old?
He's 35. I don't know what people expect from him. Anyway, let's move on to the next player, Steve. The next player I want to talk about is this. N'Golo Kante has just joined Al Ittihad for 200 million. Was it 100 or 200?
100. Benzema's 200 million a year.
100 million a year.
Yeah.
100 million a year.
That's a lot of Mini Coopers. That's a lot of Mini Coopers he could buy.
100 million. It is absolutely amazing. Look, do you think we're going to start seeing this more and more? We're going to start seeing top players from the top leagues going out to Saudi Arabia and Qatar?
Yeah, why not? I mean, if they're throwing out the money, that'll improve. Look, Saudi Arabia, for me, this is just the surface level stuff. I've done some investigating and some research on what Saudi Arabia are actually doing just from a footballing perspective. This is just the surface level cosmetics. They're working on the grassroots side of things. They're investing a hell of a lot of money into football in general. 35 is old for a football.
35 is very old for a footballer. To be dominating at 35, like if you are 35 and still playing on, fine. But listen, anyone who questions Messi, I can't take it seriously. There are players that you can't knock, and this is one of them. Right. As you were, sorry, Steve, go on.
No, it's all good. It's all good. For me, again, the surface level cosmetics of it. It's already attractive. Saudi Arabia is making their league attractive, which is cool. I welcome competition. It's the world's game for a reason, right? So why can't we have good leagues all over the world with some top players? I mean, it's cool to see, man. And again, like I said, from a fan perspective, you think about all these Saudi Arabian people and people in Asia getting up at bonkers o'clock to watch all these players for years and years and years, and now they get to go, see a chance, have a chance to go see them in person. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And they're trying to do groundwork again for hosting the World Cup in 2030. So they're gonna have Benzema, they're gonna have Ronaldo, they're gonna have a lot of now ambassadors that are going to speak well of Saudi Arabia in terms of what it's like to live there, the footballing standard and whatnot, the stadiums. So, bro, it's cool to see, man. It's cool to see. I applaud Saudi Arabia for doing it, man. It's cool to see. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything wrong with it, and it's not. They're paying people very, very, very well. And they're going to be treated like gods out there. So that's cool, man. That's cool. So, hey. And then N'Golo Kante, he's had a brilliant career. And he's going to get some generational wealth. You could buy some Mini Coopers. You know, I don't see the problem with it. So yeah, man, go get that bag. Go get that bag, Kante.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's crazy. And you think he's joined the same team as Benzema as well.
Yeah.
So those fans are going to be enjoying it.
Yeah.
Benjamin, if you're going to come in and be rude, I will just get rid of you. When you say I took some breeze, all I've said is that Lionel Messi has just won the World Cup while being the best player in the world. I'm not sure what's breeze about that. I don't talk like a little ghetto boy, so it's fine. Just try joining in. Yeah.
What? Wait, Robin 8. Why are your negative comments about side? What?
I don't know where. Saudis are worse than Qatar. Right. So because the difference is, Robin, this is a football. He wants me to bring up a comment which is talking about human, inhumane causes. I don't want to get involved in that, Robin. If you want that, go and watch another channel.
Hey, Robin, what phone are you using? I sure hope it's not a phone, because that was probably made by a child slave. I'm just going to put that out there. I hope you're not wearing Nike. I hope you're not wearing Adidas. I hope you're not wearing anything that comes from Asia. I hope you're not using any gas. I hope you're not putting petrol in your car. Wake up, smell the coffee, maybe just do a bit of research. That's all I gotta say about that. We're talking sports here. Saudi Arabia want to improve their footballing scene. That's fine.
Exactly. Please, I just listen. Sorry, keep it football, right? Keep it football. I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to talk inhumane thing. This is not why I started a YouTube channel. If you guys want that, you don't have to be it. Honestly, you really don't have to be
There's
it.
other channels, other people that'll discuss it. But all I'm saying is Saudi Arabia, they invest in a lot of things.
Here we go. So, it hasn't had the here we go from Romano, by the way, but Evan Ndicka. I get so many different ways of how to pronounce this man's name, but that's not the important thing.
Yeah.
Roma have offered him a 5-year deal on a free transfer. A 5-year deal. This is a player a lot of clubs have wanted. Left-sided centre-half, strong, powerful, good age. Yeah. What do you make of this?
He's going to fit perfectly in that back three, because at Eintracht Frankfurt, that's particularly where the formation he would play in, and he's a good player, man. And I think, like I said, in the back three, I think it'll work. He's got good work ethic, positionally pretty sound. I think that's a good signing for Roma. They need center backs badly, because if you get a guy like Ibanez, I like Ibanez, but for me, watching him over a whole season, especially in the derby against Lazio, he just has this tendency to make some boneheaded mistakes in the crucial moments for me sometimes. But Ndicka, I think that's it's a great signing for them. I would have loved to have him at Newcastle possibly, but yeah, man. I think he's outstanding, to be honest. On a free transfer for 5 years. I don't like Roma, but that's a good move, man. That's a good move. But he's a good player, man. Frankfurt have been producing some good players lately. A lot of good players. So it's a team that over the past 5 years have been a really, really good cup side. And that's probably where Roma are going to find success. I don't think they'll challenge for the Scudetto next year, but they're in Europa League again. They can go and make the final again. Why not? But yeah, and Ndicka, he's a good player. Good player, man.
Yeah, I just want to. What makes me laugh is, I just can't understand it. Look, in my opinion, and it's mine, Savva, don't shoot me down. Messi did well. He wasn't the reason why Argentina won. For me, it was Emiliano Martinez. Without him, France would have been world champions.
He did play a huge part, Emi Martinez, but
it wasn't Messi's 7 goals and 6 assists. No, it wasn't his 13 goal contributions in a World Cup.
If they don't have them in that game against Australia, they're out.
Christ, honestly, I feel like people just want to go against the grain for the sake of it. I truly believe it.
Shout out Emi Martinez. He was probably the second most important player, but do you
know what? Somebody's about to just get a lifetime ban on my channel, right? Because I'm fed up now. I've given this person enough chances. First of all, Benjamin,
What?
I'm not a Tory, right? Hang on, Steve, let me deal with this. I'm not a Tory, right? I don't vote. I don't belong to a particular party in this country because I think they're all corrupt and I don't care for it. Whoever you vote for, nothing changes. So first and foremost, don't pretend that you know me. Second of all, from people from a less privileged part of the UK, I grew up in Lewisham. I grew up in South London in Lewisham, which when I was growing up there had one of the highest crime rates in the country, people getting stabbed and people being killed. So don't give me all this nonsense about growing up in a less privileged part of the UK and I'm speaking down to those people. It's nothing to do with that. Now, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, if you really want to know. I grew up with one parent who had a part-time job, yeah, and I was doing a paper round at the age of 11 to pay for my own school trips, yeah? So please do not give me this nonsense about a silver spoon in my mouth. You absolute let me stop myself there, Steve. I was about to say something I don't want, right? So Benjamin, listen, I'm going to give you one more chance because I'm not a bad person.
And you're lucky.
If you come into my channel, yeah? If you come into my channel saying these things, I will block you, right? Because that is not what this channel is for. People like you are bringing my channel down now. You're ruining my chats. You're saying you're telling people I'm grown up with a silver spoon in my mouth. You don't know anything about me, my friend. You don't know anything about me.
Again, let's talk football.
There you go, Gunners galore. Yes. See, Croydon was where we used to go out on a Friday night. So just stop pretending that. Right, I don't know what my surrounding here makes you think I'm in a privileged part of the UK. I don't know what that means. So let's stop. Let's talk about football, Benjamin. Stop it, right? Just stop it.
Don't talk about something you have none knowledge about.
Yeah. I must have missed the goals that Lionel Messi scored in the final then. Just saying. I mean, I must have missed the goals he scored in the semis and the final. I must have missed it. And the assists, just saying. It just makes me, listen, I'll move on for this, but it just makes me laugh how all the pundits are saying Lionel Messi, great World Cup. All of the people there gave him player of the tournament. You got fans going, yeah, but it wasn't him. You're like, oh, shut up.
He did well.
He did well. I know it's embarrassing. Just for I know I don't, but I hate that so many of these people now seem to be attracted to my channel. And now I am going to go on Raw. I'm going to start banning them. Anyway, Evan Ndicka, good signing for Roma, right? Going to work with Jose. 2 European finals in 2 seasons. There's talk that Ibanez or however we pronounce his name, Ibanez, could be moving on. Ndicka coming on. I mean, that's a good signing for them, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I said, I think Ndicka, for me, he makes less mistakes than Ibanez. I think that is something Ibanez definitely has to work on. I like him. He's a good player. I don't like saying that about Roma because I'm Lazio baby, but I mean, Ndicka, good player, man. Good player. I think that again in a back three that should work. That should work really well. Ibanez. So if he moves on, that'll be a good replacement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, apparently we don't know ball, Savva. Yeah, the immaculate D. We don't know ball, Savva. We don't know ball.
Yeah. You guys don't know ball. I mean, the fact that you talk like, you guys don't know ball. It's all right. Go and ask your mum if you can have some pocket money and go and get an ice cream when it next comes around, and learn how to spell. It's absolutely fine.
And also, Robin 8. I'll hang up whatever flag I want in my room. This is my room, not yours. I've got a Paraguay flag here. If you wanna, I'm a flag person. All right, I like flags, so I can hang up whatever flag I want. You can't tell me what to do. So nice try, but. Not thanks.
Look, we'll go for another 10 minutes. I feel like this stream has been really, really ruined now by people like that. We're gonna go for another 10 minutes. Let's have a look who else we've got. We have got now. This is one I really like, and I've just realised I spelled his name wrong. So give me 1 second. I don't know how I spelled it like that. Let me quickly edit that. There we go. I don't know if you've seen too much of him, but since we were linked with Postecoglou, Spurs, I've been looking and watching some videos and doing some research on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a player that the more I see highlights of, the more I watch him. This is a very, very, very good player.
Yeah,
this is a very, very good player. Got a really good engine on him. Really good engine on him. Good tackling him, like a box to box. Forget 6, forget 8.
He's
forget
productive.
10. He's a productive central midfielder.
I think Matt O'Reilly. I haven't watched every single Celtic game. I watch a good amount. In the Champions League, I watch them, Scottish Cup, etc. against Rangers. Yeah, I like Matt O'Reilly a lot. He's a player that isn't incredible, but he does a lot of basic things at a very high level. I think he's a very important part of that team. I think in terms of the attitude he brings and he's a good player, man. He's well-rounded. And he's a key cog in the Celtic team, make no mistake about it, both in Europe and in domestically. And he's a tough boy, tough lad. So I think that's a player. Savva, you like legs, baby? This guy's got legs. This guy's got legs, and he's productive.
Yeah, man. Every time I watch him, he's got a lovely left foot. He's got a good pass on him, a good engine, good at tackling. If I was Spurs, I'd be looking at this. But there are talks that it is Brighton who are looking at him.
Of course.
And that upsets me no end. You have no idea how much that upsets me because they scout good players. Yeah. I'm just hoping that we could get him because of his links with Postecoglou. I really, really do hope that we could get him. Honestly, Sculty the Gut was going for an hour anyway, but sometimes it just gets silly. You try and put on a lot of content for people, Sculty the Goat. I try and put on a lot of content for people. I read out everyone's comments. Lots of YouTubers don't, right? Lots of YouTubers don't. I invite everybody on. Lots of people don't. And it's just people are starting to take the piss a little bit with it. We had it this morning. We've had it this afternoon. People need to just engage in football and stop with all the other stuff. Yes, Swanix, he has been pivotal at Celtic. He has, yeah.
Consistent. He doesn't go missing in games. He's a good guy, man. Good guy.
Absolutely. Now, this is an interesting one. This wasn't on my list, but I like this guy. Whenever I've watched Celtic play, this guy is busy.
Yeah.
This guy is busy, engine for fun, scores a lot of goals, links up play. I like him. I would take him in the squad option at Spurs all day long.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think Kyogo Furuhashi, I think this guy, like you said, he's busy, but he's productive. There's a difference. He's productive, and he sets the tone from the front. He sets the tone. Like he doesn't just, some strikers, they can sit around and the system doesn't require them to, you need to track back and so they can just kind of chill around the halfway line. Not this guy. This guy takes responsibility, defense from the front. It's good stuff, man. He is 28, so he is in the prime of his career. Why not give him a chance at Spurs? It's not going to cost an arm and a leg, but if it's someone Postecoglou wants, I mean, I think this guy could do a job in the Premier League. Absolutely, man.
I do. I like it. I think there's a lot of players coming out of Japan at the moment, and at the World Cup,
there always has been. Always.
Yeah. I think it's more prevalent now. When I watched Japan World Cup, that team, the work rate on them for a start was phenomenal.
Lautaro Endo,
so fit. They were so fit. This will be a real shame. This will be a real shame for me. But good player. Listen, there's a lot. Listen, I'm going to ask again. Keep the chat football. If I see anything more about flags, politics, I will start blocking people for good. Stop it. I don't care about all the world problems. Of course I do. This is not what this show is about. This show is not about oil money. This show is not about politics. Keep it football.
I display flags all the time, and no one has a problem with it. So it's you that's the problem if you've got such a problem with it.
Robin 8, stop it, please. This is the last one I'll allow you. Stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Please stop it. All right.
I have flags from Morocco. I have flags from Quebec. I have flags. I have a Brazilian flag. Like I'm a flag. I have the American flag. Like let's not try to let's just, it's nonsense. I'm not justifying why I do it. It's not, because I'm a grown ass man. So
well, do you know what we talked about earlier is dead in the water? Let's have a look. I'll show you. So
yeah,
it wasn't what I said it could possibly be. So Fabrizio Romano has said this: breaking, Lionel Messi to Inter Milan. Here we go. To Inter Miami, sorry. The decision has been made and it will be announced by Leo. Messi will play in the MLS. No more chances for Barcelona, despite trying to make it happen. So there you go. There you go. Lionel Messi in the MLS next season.
Hey, I'll be seeing him. I'll be seeing him, baby. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun, man. And again, like I said, it gives all 330 million people in the U.S. go to your local MLS club. You have a chance of seeing Leo Messi. That Savva. I don't know if you ever had a footballer when you were growing up watching football. When you're a little kid or younger, it's not really about the team. It's you fixate on a footballer, and you're like, wow, this guy. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy that gets you in love with football. For me, it was Clint Dempsey for the World Cup in 2014. I just loved watching him play. He's not the best footballer, but he was a guy I looked up to. And I was like, wow, I love this guy. And then I grew to support the USMNT. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you see what I mean, but it gives that opportunity for Messi to come into MLS and to have kids and adults fall in love with the sport through a player and then grow to recognize the sport. I don't know if you had a player like that when you were younger, Savva, where you watch him play and you're like, wow.
I mean, I grew up watching, when I was really young, it was Hoddle.
Yeah.
When I was
exactly.
really young, it was Hoddle, then Gaza, Sheringham, Klinsmann, Ginola, so you go through the years. Just quickly, H, bang on. We might not agree on everything, H, but you're a good guy. And I agree with this. Alex Scott, Bristol City, all day long, very good footballer.
Talented boy.
Whoever gets this lad is going to be very lucky. A very good player. And again, H, for me, I want to see Spurs going back to what they used to do. Getting Lennon when he was young, Danny Rose when he was young, Walker when he was young, Modric when he was young, Tommy Huddleston. I want to go back to those days where Gareth Bale, we brought young players and progressed them through. Good player, this lad.
Yeah.
I love your opinion, son, but your comment about Ghetto is offensive. No, it's not. I grew up in Lewisham. If you want to see Ghetto, grow up in Lewisham, mate. Do you know what the funny thing where I grew up, right, Steve? This isn't a hardship story. This is quite funny. Literally, at the end of our road every day, like every week, you'd see we'd have these yellow incident boards. Don't know if you have them in the US. So if an incident has taken place on a street, they put a yellow incident board and written on it what's happened and asking people to come forward. And it would be like, at 2:28 a.m. on Saturday, the 15th of January, there was a stabbing right here. Did anyone see it? We believe it was a man in his late 20s, 5'10". Please call us here. And you just always go, oh, that was so-and-so. I know who that was. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, that was that gang. But yeah, grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. So
silver spoon, babe.
Yeah, you do what you do.
I don't even know.
So listen, I'm delighted for my US friends, for the likes of you, the likes of Jacob, the likes of Staffy, get to see Lionel Messi.
It's an opportunity to grow the game, and also like I've been watching him for years on TV, and now I can see him in person. That's a hell of an opportunity, because players like Messi, they're not coming around the block every single day. They're really not, because they usually are only playing in Europe and whatever. But yeah, man, I mean, it's a cool opportunity, man. It's cool. So we'll see what happens, man. Yeah, it's cool. And by the way, I don't have an Ecuador flag, Czar Spurs TV, but I'll probably end up with one. I have a lot of flags, man, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. So listen, it's a very interesting transfer window already. We've seen Benzema move, Kante move, Jude Bellingham move, Lionel Messi move. We've seen Olympic Lyonnais in the last half an hour have just made Moussa Dembele a free agent.
Yeah.
So he's going to be going somewhere this window. Edson Alvarez looks like he could be on his way to Borussia Dortmund. There's talks of Harry Kane. There's talks of Declan Rice going.
I want to say Maximan posted something on his Instagram 2 days ago that kind of sounded like a goodbye message. Don't be surprised if he's linked with somewhere. That would be interesting. Kamada. There are a few players, man. There are a few players that are around the block. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I always like the big highlight transfers, obviously, but there are always players I'm looking at from different leagues, and maybe not the big profile teams, but players that I'm like, ooh, I wonder if this guy will get a move because he fits so and so perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. But yeah.
Richard Romano, Spurs are monitoring Tyler Adams. I've not seen this from Romano. If he said it, fair enough, but I've not seen it from him.
Maybe it's something earlier.
I'd really like to think that
you want legs, baby. You want legs, baby.
Tyler Adams. I don't want Weston McKennie. I like Tyler Adams. I don't want Weston McKennie. I like Tyler Adams.
That. You like Adam, yeah, because he's got an engine. He'll tackle. He's a team player. He's a team player. You know that. You look at Leeds with and without Tyler Adams, big difference. Not in terms of they're going to score a hell of a lot of goals or keep them out, but in terms of just they look more, they look less worse. You know what I'm saying? And for me, Tyler Adams, that would be a good transfer for you. That would be a good transfer for you, I think.
I'd take Tyler Adams.
Yeah.
I like him. Look, I just think a lot of noise is coming out about who Spurs are buying, and none of them at the moment, none of these players seem to fit the Postecoglou mold. But listen, I do want to end the show there, Steve. I've got a personal training session in 35 minutes, man. So I need to get going to that. Listen, thank you to everyone in the channel. Listen, I will just say, listen, I do get aggy with trolls. It annoys me. But thank you to everyone who's always in there talking sensibly. Yeah. Thank you to the people that comment on my videos, and we have sensible discussions in the YouTube chat. Yeah. Thank you to everyone that's helped the channel grow. Just to say, I mean, we had something like 300 subs in the last 48 hours, so it's been absolutely crazy. Thank you to everyone. I really do appreciate it. Steve, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me on, man. Thanks for having me on. Pleasure.
Always. And we'll be back tomorrow. John, listen, I'm chilled, dude. I just won't let people... Listen, you know what it's like. Sometimes if you've been through a lot in your life and then somebody turns around and said you've had it easy and had a silver spoon in your mouth, that frustrates me. That really frustrates me.
Bro, it would be like someone telling me that, oh, you're horrible socially, Steve. You sound like a retard. Bro, I'm on the spectrum. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Like, don't be... You gotta just like chill. People gotta chill out, bro, and stop talking nonsense. Honestly,
agreed. Let's keep it football, people. Just remember it's football. Anyway, big up, and as always, to see you out. Here is a video of England winning a World Cup. Take care, everyone.
And here comes Hurst. He's got some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.